You know that feeling, right? You're in the middle of a really good moment, just pure joy. And then, bam, a little pang of guilt hits you out of nowhere. Well, that's what we're diving into today. We're asking a tough but really important question. Is it actually wrong to be happy in a world that feels so unjust?
Just picture this. It's a simple, perfect moment. Maybe it's just the smell and taste of a really, really good cup of coffee in the morning.
Or, hey, maybe it's one of those moments of pure connection with your child, where everything else just kind of melts away and it's just you two. Or maybe it's a night out with good friends, filled with that deep, genuine, uncomplicated laughter. You just feel light. You feel so grateful. And then, suddenly, it hits you. A news headline flashes in your mind. You remember, oh yeah, there is a war happening somewhere in the world. And then the awareness of poverty just floods in. You remember the hard realities of oppression. And the contrast between your personal joy and all that suffering, well, it's jarring, isn't it?
And that's when that little voice inside your head asks the question, how can I possibly be happy right now when so many others are suffering? Is there something just fundamentally wrong with my joy?
So, when we're faced with this conflict, we usually fall into one of two common traps: guilt or denial. Let's break down what those really look like. So, on one side, you have the guilt trap. This is the voice that says you must not be happy while other people are suffering. But the problem with that is constant self-punishment. It doesn't actually help anyone. It just leads to burnout. Then, on the other side, you've got the denial trap. This is where you just decide, you know what? My happiness has nothing to do with any of that. Sure, it protects you from the guilt, but it comes at a huge cost. It risks a kind of moral numbness. The thing is, both of these traps are total dead ends. So what if the initial question, is it wrong to be happy, is actually the wrong question to be asking in the first place? Here's the core insight, the real game changer. Happiness itself is not the problem. The real moral question is about the kind of happiness we have. Where does it come from, and what does it lead us to do? This quote absolutely nails the shift we need to make. We should stop asking if it's okay to be happy and start asking what kind of happiness are we cultivating in our lives. Let's compare these two side by side. What we could call problematic happiness is the kind that's built on ignoring uncomfortable truths, or even worse, on exploitation. It's disconnected. But healthy happiness, that's totally different. It's the kind you find in real connection, in friendship, love, creativity, nature. It's a happiness that allows you to be grateful for the simple moments, even while knowing the world is still a wounded place. So, how do we actually combine joy with responsibility? The goal is to create this powerful synthesis where our happiness actually becomes the fuel for our desire to do good in the world. So how do we get there? Well, you can think of it like a three-step mental process. It starts with that initial feeling of guilt, just recognizing that disconnect. But the key is you don't stay there. Step 2 is shifting to awareness, really trying to understand the systems and privileges at play. And from there, you move to step 3, embracing responsibility. You stop beating yourself up and you start asking a much more powerful question. Okay, what can I do with what I have right here, right now? This approach completely redefines happiness. It's no longer an escape. It's a source of fuel. This kind of joy is grateful, not entitled. It keeps you soft-hearted, not numb. And most importantly, it actually fuels your desire to fight for others. It's like a little taste of what's worth fighting for in the first place. And in this sense, joy becomes a powerful act of resistance. It's a refusal to let injustice have the final say. It's a bold declaration that beauty and love and connection, they still matter and they're worth protecting. So what does this all look like in practice? Let's bring it all together and think about what a joyful, just life could actually be. Here's the key takeaway, the big idea to hold on to. The goal is not no joy until justice is served everywhere. Honestly, that's just a recipe for burnout. The real goal is to find a way for our joy to coexist with awareness, compassion, and responsibility. So, I want to leave you with 3 final questions to really reflect on. First, the next time you feel happy, can you also remember others who suffer? Not to crush your joy, but to help shape your choices. Second, is your happiness connected to how you treat other people? Does it make you more kind, more generous? And finally, here's the big one to take with you. What would it look like for you to live a life that is both joyful and just? What's one small thing you could change starting today?